Welcome to the Matty Cuts YouTube channel. Today we're taking a deep dive into my story, how and why I went to prison and what's happened since, how I've turned my life around. I used to cut hair on the wing for cans of tuna and now I've scaled from literally nothing to earning £20,000 a month in the UK as a barber. The big question that I get asked a lot is why did I go to prison and what happened there? And if I just take it back quickly to growing up in East London, Ilford, where I was raised in a single family home, I wanted to put food on the table for me and my family. One thing that my dad did teach me, even though the marriage wasn't successful, my mum and dad actually got a divorce when I was 5 years old. My dad taught me how to work hard, right? A good work ethic. He's a black taxi driver by trade. He's got the mindset where it's like, if you want to get something done, go out and do it yourself, right? Yeah, my dad is Turkish Cypriot, so very, very hard working. My nan and granddad came over from Cyprus. My mum's side is Irish, same thing. They come over from Ireland, very, very hard working, and that's installed in me, that solid work ethic. So yeah, I had big dreams, big hopes from a young age. I wanted to put food on the table for me, my family and so forth. I started barbering when I was young. I'd done my apprenticeship and I really wanted to be in a fun environment. I'm a chatty guy, confident, I like to socialize and so forth. And I wanted to express myself creatively. So I thought, let's give barbering a go. It looks like fun, we can give it a go. One thing I realized straight away was the old school business model of barbering was that you go and you do an apprenticeship for 2 years. I was earning £500 a month sweeping floors, right? And as you're young, you don't really mind the money. But when I started going out, I used to watch all the films, the gangster films, and I got introduced to the whole going out, raving and partying and so forth. And I realized very, very quickly that I could make a profit from selling drugs essentially. And it seemed like a bit of a cheat code. I wasn't perfect. I wanted to fast money quick. And it wasn't long before I started earning £500 in one night. And then I started working my way up in that world. And I actually quit barbering because the money was so bad, even though I enjoyed it. And then it was a solid amount of time where I was in the drug game. I traveled to Ibiza. I got a one-way ticket. I didn't come home for 3 months. I felt like I was invincible. I was earning very, very good money. Then I started doing cannabis grows and cannabis factories because I realized Class A, you're risking a lot of years. I could actually make decent money through selling cannabis and the production of cannabis and so forth. So I really focused on scaling a drug business essentially. I was doing the wrong things the right way. Right, that life caught up with me. I looked outside one day, I was in a big cannabis operation. I had a few lads working there. I looked outside and there was 50 feds and that day changed my life forever, literally. The cuffs were on me and I was praying to God and I said to God, I'll never sell drugs again. God answered my prayers and the next thing you know, I went away for a year. I got sentenced to like 33 months. I was on bail for 2 years, so I tried to do a lot of different sales jobs and so forth, and I really went to prison. It was like a fresh start for me. So I was 24 years old. Right? While I was away, instead of playing a victim and feeling sorry for myself, I wanted to get into barbering. I wanted to get back into it because I thought, I actually enjoy this skill. Instead of chasing fast money, which is going to get me in a lot of trouble, and I'm done with this now, I really want to start coming out of jail at 25 years old with a legit vehicle which I could scale. Barbering got me out of the streets because it's something that I absolutely love doing and I could hustle. Barbering's a hustle, right? When I was on the roads, I used to like hustling and making a pound note. I could work from early till late and build up my line, build up my clientele and make relationships and build my network and provide a product that was highly sought after. Even though it was a low vibration, I felt important. I felt like the man. I was making good money and so forth, and it was a part of my identity. As sad as it was as a young man, I felt invincible, and then boom, it got taken away from me. My ego got crushed and I realized maybe it's great watching the gangster films, but the reality is completely different. Then I was on bail for 2 years, and when I was on bail, it was tough. It was really tough. I started doing loads of sales jobs. I realized I had to build a load of skills. So I tried selling driveways. I tried selling cars and doing those up from auction. I started exporting plastic out of the country, right, for a recycling firm. Then I also started working on the phones and selling foreign exchange. So I tried a lot of different sales jobs, and I realized they're not easy. Making legit money is not easy. I'll be honest, when I came home, I realized that if you're gonna do a business, it's about being the best known. Let's look at Jake Paul, for example. Jake Paul, he's not the best boxer in the world. He's not the best fighter in the world. Far from it, right? But he's very good at selling a fight. He's very good at being controversial and getting attention. And off the back of that marketing, he makes a lot of money. And it's the same principle. There's fantastic barbers out there, but they're charging very, very low prices and they're making a living. If you're a well-known barber who's got great haircuts as well, right? I'm not saying be bad. Like, make sure you can deliver the results that people are looking for. But if you're very good at marketing, that's when you can not just make a living, but you can make a fortune. Back in the day, how I got into barbering, I used to have ADHD. I wanted to do something that I was creative in. I went to a local barber shop that I wanted to work at, and it seemed like a fun environment. It seemed great, but yeah, as I said, the money wasn't fantastic whatsoever. So it's like I was really conflicted here because I wanted to earn good money, but I also wanted to do something that I enjoyed as well. And that's what we've ended up doing years later. I've ended up going to prison, cutting hair on the wing. So I wanted to make my time worth something, you know. I wanted to come out of there with a skill. So I just dedicated my whole time to that. And at the start, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't great. I was messing people up on the wing, giving them skin fades that looked like they was fresh out the army, very, very high, making loads of mistakes. And somehow we just kept on pushing, we kept on improving and focusing on being 1% better a day. I absolutely love cutting hair. I love what I do. I love making people look good. And now we've set the academy up, and I absolutely love getting people life-changing results as well. So I'm definitely a passion-driven barber, I would say, and a passion-driven coach. My biggest struggle was getting into barbering and knowing it's something that I wanted to do, but earning really, really bad money and not knowing how to scale. That was a big, big struggle and a big pain point for me. And I thought to myself, if it's something that I love to do and I'm really passionate about it, then I'll figure it out on the way. And it took me years to figure out the formula. And that's why it's so important that we've got the full blueprint and the full fast track. Literally, we've got loads of experience, and you guys can literally just follow through with that, literally a full A to Z on everything you need to know. So it removes all of the guesswork, right? Once you remove the guesswork, all of your energy can just go into you providing the best service and being the best barber possible and the best businessman so that you can scale and get life-changing results. 15 years worth of results in a short amount of time. I invested in myself, I invested in my education, and that's when I learned the content strategies and systems, even though it was more the American style, shall I say. I realized that you can really scale within barbering. You can put your prices up, you can invest in your brand, and that's what started to happen. The plan started coming together. I realized content is the new currency, right? So for the first time in history, barbers, just with their iPhone, could literally start filming their haircuts and showing their audience what needs to be done in terms of problems that they solve. A lot of problems in my area were the fact that barbers would take people's hair too short. There was a lot of people supplying skin fades, especially in the UK, but there's not many barbers who know very good scissor work and who know how to bring a client through a journey. So I started showcasing that with a style called the sweepback, and we become a sweepback expert. And now I position myself as an authority figure. If anyone's looking for any layers or anyone who wants to grow their hair out, they can come to me. They can get a guaranteed income on that. So they're invested in the brand. That's when I scale my prices from literally £15 to £65 for the haircut and beard. Now, what did this money transformation do for me? It made my time worth more. So now I'm earning £20,000 a month just through cutting hair, and I'm only working for 3 days a week. I realized my hourly rate at work was way too low, and I had to make my hourly rate way more. Now I've scaled my hourly rate. I've bought back time. I spend 3 days a week on my clients, and then the other 3 days a week I spend scaling my coaching business. So once I started learning how to scale this business and how to make money through the internet and get bookings through the internet, everything changed for me, and it's been an absolute journey ever since. It's the best time to be a barber because you can literally market directly to your audience. It's about building trust and not necessarily, haven't gone viral loads of times. Yeah, we get, say, 1 million impressions every single month, but behind the numbers, it's about knowing the right way to build your clientele and the right way to build trust with your audience as a barber. There's a lot of barbers posting up skits all the time and making people laugh, but does it mean people want to get in their chair, or are people just watching the content from an entertainment point of view? Okay, so yeah, once we learned the systems and I educated myself, that's when I set up the academy, and I realized, why don't I start to get other people results, especially within the UK? Why don't I start coaching barbers to be six-figure barbers as well? So we set the academy up. There was a massive gap in the market, and the reason why I started it is because I love to coach people, but I was looking for a UK barber coach when I came out of prison, right? I wanted someone that I could look at and think, you know what, they're living a lifestyle, they travel around the world, they put food on the table for their family, they're in good shape, it's someone that I respect. So then I realized, why don't I start sharing my story? I realized I'm so relatable. I've made so many mistakes over the years. I've been to prison, I lost my freedom. I'm certainly not perfect. I've got a lot of life experience, a lot of stories to tell. I've traveled, you know, and it's been a very colorful journey. It's been very character building, shall I say. And now I share my story to show all the other barbers that it's possible to go from cutting hair on the wing for cans of tuna to now earning 20k a month as a UK barber, from £80 days to 2k days, like a complete life transformation, as well as buying back your time, living life on your terms, traveling around the world, cutting hair with clients overseas, all because of a personal brand. As you know, I spend a lot of time in Dubai now, and I fully have created the life that I wanted to live. As they say, success is by design, and it's really about making your life what you want it to be, on your terms, living life on your terms. So once I was documenting everything and sharing my story, I wanted to show a lot of barbers what is possible, because when I came out of prison at 25, there wasn't a role model for me within barbering that I would look up to, especially here within the UK. So there was definitely a gap in the market, and it's something that I'm really, really passionate about. So now we've set the academy up. We've got amazing case studies. I've taught people that have never cut hair in their life, like K Cuts has never cut hair, and now he's doing 3K months, working for himself on his own terms as well. It's a fantastic transformation. We've also got Frankie Cuts, who's just 16 years old, who's been in the blueprint for a matter of weeks now, and he's got over 200,000 views on TikTok and social media. He's building up a brand, and it's very exciting. Then we've also got lads who have gone from earning £400 a month to 2k a month, £1,000 a month to 3k a month, working for themselves. We've also had V Cuts, who's been stuck in a barbershop for 9 years. As you know, a lot of barbers, they get into barbering, they get fully booked, right? They hit that 2.5k a month, 3k a month as a booked up barber in a shop, and then all of a sudden, that's it. They get in their comfort zone, life gets in the way. It happens, right? He was stuck behind the chair. Then we started working with him, we set up a studio, gave him a content strategy, changed his mindset, completely transformed from the 1.0 to the 2.0. Now he's making 5.5k a month. Yet again, life-changing results. We've also had Callum as well, who was stuck in a shop earning 3.5k a month in Swansea, right? He's gone from that to earning 10k a month, running his own business and learning what he's learned through the academy and giving it to his team as well. So yeah, that's my story. It's been an absolute journey. The best is yet to come as well. So I just wanted to be fully transparent with you. I don't ever want to feel like I'm showing off on social media, but the reason why I show my lifestyle is to show you guys what freedom can look like. I ask a lot of barbers, what does freedom look like to you? And they all say, yeah, well, I want to travel, I want to earn more money and put food on the table. Okay, cool, but what does freedom look like? Freedom looks like, yeah, going from city to city, building a brand for yourselves, living life on your terms, making your time worth more. And that's what it's all about.